Hi, Big Watch Fan here, back with another Big Watch review. This time we're going to review the Nixon Platform. They're in their drab coating, which is one of their Chromacoats, which they're very proud of. Coating that will eventually chip away with use and reveal its true essence underneath. So like I said, this is called the Platform. This comes in the standard Nixon box. Almost all the watches from Nixon comes in something very similar. One thing I like about the Nixon company is they don't spend a lot of money on their packaging, so you don't feel really bad when you throw it away. Sometimes with a more expensive watch, the packaging you feel like you have to keep. But Nixon boxes are just cardboard with this foam that you can just throw away. Comes with the usual Nixon stuff. The packaging on the inside has the instructions. Of course, the extra link. It's very important if you have a wrist bigger than about 7.5 inches. Nixon seems to size their larger watches anyway at about there. This is especially important for this watch, the Platform, because the coating is a special coating. And you're going to need links that match. So anyway, the typical Nixon watch holder, the hang tag, and here it is, the Nixon Platform. The drab coating is a very matte coating, which is very, I guess, in this season. A lot of car manufacturers are going with matte black. This is kind of a matte gray. Like I said, it's the Chromacoat coating, so it's supposed to eventually chip and come apart. They didn't make a 5130 in the drab coating. They decided to put the Platform in the drab coating. The Platform is not as wide as a 5130. It says in the literature it's about 43 millimeters wide. It comes with a mineral crystal up here in front. I like the little hint of the blue here in the second sweep hand and in the crown. Now the cool thing about the Platform is that it has a backlight, which I'm going to try and show you here when I turn off the lights. One of the things that I think is particularly well designed about the Platform is the hidden button for the backlight. So here we are in the dark. Sorry for the reflection there on the window, but here we are in the dark. I'm going to push the button right here, hidden in the crown guard, for the backlight, and it should come on here. There we go. And as you can see, the backlight is pretty good. So the illumination for this watch at night is much more readable than, say, a 5130 or some of the other Nixon watches. Of course, it's going to drain the battery much quicker, but it's a nice feature to have on such a kind of a stealth-looking watch. Now, this watch is rated as waterproof to about 100 meters. It's got about a 22 millimeter wide bracelet. I like this coloration. It's very masculine looking. When the coating degrades, it goes to this matte black finish underneath. And this is what the watch looks like on the wrist. The Nixon single deployant push button clasp, not as nice as the clasp on the 5130 with the lock over bar, but still does the job pretty well. And a nice masculine texture and color to it. Now, I don't know if you can read that inside the case back, but Nixon often has little sayings on the back of their watch. The rubber player says, "Yes, it's real," which refers to the diamond in the dial. The 5130s say simplify, and the platforms say jump. It's a Japanese quartz movement, so it's going to be pretty accurate, pretty well made, and all in all, just a very nicely designed watch, I think, that you could wear to work and for casual wear. I got this watch. The regular MSRP on this watch is $200. I got it for $85 from a site called WhiskeyMilitia. Now, if you love Nixon watches and you don't know WhiskeyMilitia, then go Google it. They often have Nixon watches, usually older watches, a few seasons old, for really well priced amounts. Usually not a lot of quantity, but I've gotten Nixons at least 50% off, and in this case it was over 50% off. I think it was almost 65% off. So it was a great deal, and a watch I'm glad to have. Now the platforms come in a number of finishes and colors. They have an all black, they have a silver, but in this case, so far, this is the one I like the best. So thanks for listening to another watch review from Big Watch Fan, and stay tuned for more. Okay, thanks.